This is Jason Ambrosino from Overlook Acres, and I want to give you an update on the garden we were working on. It's really coming along, and kind of turned out really nice. Here, check it out for yourself. So this is our garden, and we still have a lot of work to do, but this is what we got in. This is just kind of our overflow pile of dirt, and then we took this can here, this old wash tub or whatever it is, and planted some basils and some other stuff in there. It seems to have worked out real well. It's our lettuce garden. As you can see, it started getting hot, so the lettuce started bolting. You'll have that. We did get one good cut out of it though. I probably can get a good cut out of a couple more of these. And we got some, I staggered planting them, so we do still have some fresh lettuce coming in, but Swiss chard looks really nice, doesn't it? Everything looks great. This is mainly just flowers that I planted back here. There is some lavender in here, some cat's meow. I've got a good deal on this stuff at Lowe's, and I didn't really have a place to put it, so I just filled this particular bed up with dirt and threw the stuff in. These are our peppers. Our peppers are doing well. You can see we laid these wood chips down. We actually put plastic down because it's a permanent walkway. So we put plastic down, and each year we'll just, put more wood chips back on top. You can see that. There's the line. I'm going to get some weed killer, I think, and spray along the edges and a couple spots where weeds might pop up through. You can kind of see what we did here. There's going to be paths around everything, and we're working our way over. Stuff started growing up, so unfortunately I'm going to have to take the weed whacker to it and a weed killer or something. Over here you can see I laid down stone dust, and we put a fire pit in, and then in these spots right here in betweens, I'm going to put some more wood chips, get rid of these weeds, kill these weeds off, and we'll put like an urn potter or something like that there. And then along these walls I'm going to have a couple more flower beds. You can see I haven't quite finished this one yet, but it's started. And if you look here, we've got several different types of squashes. We got winter squash and acorn squash. Seem to be doing pretty well. We got started a little late, so I'm kind of happy the way things are turning out. You can see here, this is cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is hit or miss. Got to have some nice, really hot days. That'll probably look a lot nicer mid-August. Watermelon seems to be doing pretty well. I expect to start seeing a couple little fruits on there pretty soon. I tied this pumpkin up. I'm trying an experiment. I'm going to try growing the pumpkin up the trellis. I've grown pumpkins up trellises before, but never, tomato cone trellis like this. And we've actually got pumpkin growing all over the yard because we fed the animals with pumpkins last year, and it's growing all over the place. And then you can see here we got some more squashes, and let's see what this is. We got butternuts and spaghetti squash. Seem to be coming in real nice. Marigolds are doing their job, keeping some of the parasites out and other bugs, and they're getting covered up a bit, so I may have to transplant them. But that's the squash. You come over here. What we have here, we've got this is cucumbers, and I tied them up this weekend. When I bought them, it said they were bush cucumbers. They look like bush cucumbers to you. I got some more lettuce planted here. I had to stick it in somewhere, but it looks like it's ready to be cut now. And then we have what's not really doing, hasn't grown nearly as fast as I thought it was going to, is our summer squash and our zucchini. This time of year I usually have a much bigger plant than that, and I've already started getting fruit, and I haven't even gotten one fruit yet, so a little concerned about that. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. We're relatively parasite free. I just started seeing some bugs. I might need to spray with some neem oil or something like that, but other than that, we really haven't used much. I used some Job's fertilizer on it, some Job's fertilizer stakes. Not necessarily 100% needed with the dirt I use, because this is composted manure, a mix of different manures. We got the tomatillos here. These tomatillos are growing really well, and look, there's already a pretty good size tomatillo growing on there, and really these things haven't been in the ground for more than a month, so I was really surprised with how quick these grew. And over here we've got eggplant, both purple and white eggplant. It's doing really, really well. And I got some bell peppers and stuff in here as well. You can see there's a fruit there. And then over here, I've never grown the white eggplants before. It's the first year growing these, but seem to be coming in really nice. I got a couple fruits popping in. And we'll go over to one of these longer beds here. And what we got growing here, I've got corn. I figured I'd give corn a try. It's just a regular old sweet corn. And then we got wax beans and green beans growing next to it. I had a couple of peas, and I didn't really know what to do with them, so I just kind of threw them in here. And they're really not doing much, so I wouldn't advise doing that. I don't think they're going to be too successful. But then we've got some dill here, and I've been experimenting with different mulch types. I've tried like your material mulch or you know, whatever you want to call it. You can see that there. And then this is straw, or actually this is hay. And a couple of them have regular mulch in them, the same stuff as this, and a couple of them have nothing. I'm trying to see what works best, keeping weeds and stuff down. If I don't need mulch, I won't use mulch, but if I see something's working better than the other, I'll use it next year. And we have our broccoli, and what else do we have here? Oh, mostly broccolis. And we've got dill, more basil. I got some parsley along the edge. This is kale. Kale's starting to come in real nice. Kale's probably one of my favorite things to grow. And we've actually got an empty row here. I had some spinach planted, but I planted it a little too late. It was already a little too warm for it to grow real well. And this is actually celery, and the celery seems to be coming in pretty well. We got a couple different types of cabbage here. These cabbages look great. This is some of the best cabbage I've grown quite a while. It looks like it's going to come out really nice. And there's a couple holes here and there, but you know, I haven't seen a ton of cabbage worms floating around, so we've been kind of lucky with that regard. And I showed you the peppers. Let me show you the tomatoes. Tomatoes are looking really, really good. So this is my tomato patch, and while it looks like it's crazy, it's not. We actually have you know, cut this down a few times, got rid of the suckers and tied it up. You can see we've got them tied up here so they grow up straight. And then you can see I've got these black string tied to these eye hooks along these 4 posts. And as it looks like I'm going to have to actually add another one. I've got 2 more spots. So the idea is you just keep adding these things as these things grow up, and they'll grow right along these strings. And it seems to be working pretty effective. You can see they're tied in pretty good there. Lots of different varieties of tomatoes here. The thing's not so wide that you can't reach in. You'll be able to see the tomatoes and reach in and grab them. Works out real well growing them this close. I really very rarely have to worry about pests, oddly enough, because they're growing so close. But some flowers starting to come in. A couple of the early varieties have already started fruiting, but it seems to be working out pretty well. Got any questions? Hit me up.